All right, now let's move on to another story where Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna has announced that he will return to court to challenge the fresh decision by the Orange Democratic Movement ODM National Executive Committee, removing him as the party's Secretary General. Sifuna insisted the move is unlawful and mirrors an earlier attempt that was recently squashed, or rather quashed, by the political party's dispute tribunal. They spoke during a press conference briefing in Parliament buildings by the Linda Mwananchi movement.
That the Linda Mwananchi Kisii and Keroka rallies, scheduled for Friday, June 26, 2026, have been postponed to Friday, July 3rd, 2026. We will join other Kenyans of goodwill to stand in solidarity with the victims of the Gen Z protests of 2024 and their families, and in remembrance of those who were killed or are forcefully disappeared. We are alert to potential police and state-sponsored brutality and violence against the victims and their families during the commemoration activities. We reasonably anticipate unlawful arrests during the peaceful commemoration event. Consequently, it will be necessary to remain vigilant and engage during this period. We call upon the police to ensure the safety and protection of all citizens who will participate in the peaceful commemoration activities. We are deeply disappointed by the government's decision to offer limited monetary assistance to the victims and their families, without ensuring that justice is done and accountability upheld. The lack of transparency in the compensation process and government refusal to allow the constitutionally mandated bodies to oversee the process is compounding the pain of the victims and their families. There is no pathway to reconciliation and a commitment never to repeat the killings and injure innocent Kenyans. Finally, late last evening, we were made aware of the decision by the ODM party, NEC, purporting for the second time to remove Secretary General Edwin Sifuna from office. On the face of it, the decision bears similarities with the first one in February, and procedural, unfair, and contrary to the party's constitution. After consultation with our legal teams earlier this morning, it has been decided to once again test the propriety of the purported ouster in the courts, because we are convinced it should suffer the same fate as the first one in February.